Good morning. It's December 17th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. A recent study has upended our understanding of Saturn's iconic rings, suggesting they may be far older than previously believed. Led by Ryuki Hyodo and his team from the Institute of Science Tokyo, the research was published on December 16, 2024, in Nature Geoscience and proposes that Saturn's rings could date back to 4.5 billion years, coinciding with the tumultuous conditions of the early solar system. Historically, Saturn's rings have fascinated astronomers since their discovery by Galileo Galilei in 1610. James Clerk Maxwell later clarified that these rings are not solid, but rather composed of countless individual ice particles. Today, Saturn's rings consist of 7 distinct rings, extending nearly 281,600 kilometers from the planet's surface, and are primarily made up of ice. Hyodo's research utilized computer simulations to analyze the effects of high-speed collisions with micrometeoroids, which occur at speeds of about 67,100 miles per hour. These collisions lead to the vaporization of both the impacting particles and a portion of the ring's ice, generating charged particles that can either escape Saturn's gravity or fall into its atmosphere. This process results in extreme heat, forming nanoparticles and releasing gas into space. The simulations indicate that only a small fraction of the material from these impacts contributes to the rings, which helps maintain their pristine appearance. This finding challenges the previous assumption that 10% of cosmic dust contributes to the rings, suggesting instead that only about 1% does, which supports the hypothesis of their ancient origins. However, Sascha Kempf from the University of Colorado Boulder has raised concerns regarding the study's assumptions. He argues that the simulations may not adequately account for the various softer particle sizes present in the actual rings. The authors also propose that similar processes may be occurring in the rings of Uranus and Neptune, as well as in the icy moons surrounding giant planets. Future missions led by Hyodo aim to conduct closer examinations of Saturn's rings, potentially providing direct observations of impact events to further substantiate these findings. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has shed new light on NGC 346, a massive star cluster located in the Small Magellanic Cloud, a dwarf galaxy near our own. This study concentrated on the star-forming cluster NGC 346, which is notable for its low levels of heavy elements, reflecting conditions similar to those of the early universe. In those early times, stars primarily formed from hydrogen and helium, with heavy elements emerging later due to supernova explosions. Webb's observations revealed that the planet-forming disks surrounding stars in NGC 346 persist significantly longer than previously believed. This challenges existing models of planet formation, suggesting that planets have more time to form in environments characterized by low metallicity, unlike those in the Milky Way's star-forming regions. The implications of these findings indicate that larger disks may take much longer to disperse, prompting a re-evaluation of our understanding of planetary system formation. Guido De Marchi, a lead researcher from the European Space Research and Technology Center, stated the need to rethink how planet formation is modeled based on these new insights. Co-investigator Elena Sabi emphasized the significant implications for understanding planet formation and system architectures across different cosmic environments. 2 mechanisms were proposed for the extended lifespan of these disks: reduced radiation pressure due to fewer heavy elements, and the potential for larger initial gas clouds leading to the formation of larger disks. The research detailing these findings was published in the December 16, 2024 issue of the Astrophysical Journal. Additionally, Hubble's discovery of a massive planet around an ancient star suggests that planet formation took place when the universe was still young, despite the scarcity of heavy elements essential for such processes. A recent study from Université de Montréal has shed light on a potential new strategy for tackling obesity. Led by medical professor Stephanie Fulton, the research, published in Nature Communications, investigates the enzyme ABHD6 and its influence on body weight and physical activity in mice. The nucleus accumbens, a brain region rich in endocannabinoids, plays a vital role in regulating body weight, food reward, and physical activity. The study found that inhibiting ABHD6 in this area resulted in decreased food motivation and increased exercise among the mice. Targeted injections of an ABHD6 inhibitor into the brains of the test subjects effectively prevented weight gain and obesity, particularly when the mice were on a high-fat diet. This indicates that modulating endocannabinoids in the brain may offer a new avenue for obesity treatment by reducing food intake and enhancing physical activity. These findings could lead to promising therapeutic pathways for addressing obesity and related metabolic disorders, such as type 2 diabetes. However, further research is necessary to determine if these effects can be replicated in humans. Notably, this approach differs from previous weight loss drugs that often resulted in severe psychological side effects. The study reported no signs of anxiety or depressive behavior in the mice subjected to ABHD6 inhibition. The effects of inhibiting ABHD6 also varied by brain region, promoting weight gain in hypothalamic neurons while reducing it in the nucleus accumbens. The enzyme ABHD6 is known for degrading the endocannabinoid 2-arachidonylglycerol, linking it to body weight control and diabetes resistance. Mice without ABHD6 showed a preference for physical activity over obesity, suggesting a potential mechanism for weight management. Overall, the study highlights the importance of targeting specific neuronal pathways in the brain to develop effective treatments for obesity. Scientists at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore have unveiled a groundbreaking 3D concrete printing method that captures carbon, aiming to tackle the environmental challenges posed by the construction industry. This innovative approach involves injecting captured CO2 and steam into the concrete mix during the printing process, effectively incorporating and storing CO2 within the final concrete structure. The new method captures 38% more CO2 compared to traditional techniques, presenting a greener alternative for construction. This development specifically addresses the carbon footprint of cement, which is responsible for approximately 1.6 billion metric tons of CO2 emissions annually, contributing to about 8% of global emissions. Lab tests conducted on this new printing method have shown impressive results, including a 50% improvement in printability, a 36.8% increase in compression strength, and a 45.3% increase in bending strength compared to standard 3D printed concrete. These enhancements in mechanical properties are attributed to the injection of CO2 and steam, which bolster the strength of the material. First author Lim Sean Gip has highlighted the urgency of achieving climate change targets and the potential of this technology to enhance sustainability within the construction sector. Led by Professor Tan Ming Jen, the research illustrates this system as a viable carbon-reducing alternative while improving concrete properties. Co-author Dr. Daniel Tay pointed out that utilizing captured CO2 in 3D printing could pave the way for stronger and more eco-friendly buildings. A U.S. patent application has been filed for this innovative method, with intentions to optimize the process further and investigate the use of waste gases in upcoming research. The findings were published on December 16, 2024, in the journal Carbon Capture Science and Technology, building on previous 3D printing research at NTU and involving international collaborations. Recent research has revealed a significant communication pathway between the brain and muscles that plays a crucial role in muscle fatigue. This groundbreaking study indicates that muscle fatigue may stem from this brain-to-muscle communication, rather than direct damage to muscle fibers. The findings suggest that during illness, this pathway reallocates energy away from muscles to assist in combating infections. Plans are underway for a clinical trial focused on long COVID, which will assess cytokine levels in patients. This trial aims to explore the relationship between lingering viral particles and muscle fatigue. Future trials are expected to profile cytokine levels in long COVID patients to gain a better understanding of the link between neuroinflammation and muscle fatigue. The study examined neuroinflammation in various contexts, including E. coli-induced meningitis, COVID-19, and Alzheimer's disease, analyzing how immune changes affect muscle performance. Notably, cytokines involved in this signaling pathway appear to be evolutionarily conserved across species, suggesting a universal mechanism for energy reallocation during infections. Muscle weakness and fatigue are common symptoms across numerous diseases, impacting millions globally, particularly those suffering from long COVID and early-stage Alzheimer's disease. Neuroinflammation occurs when the central nervous system activates its immune response against infections, which can lead to fatigue and muscle pain beyond the brain. During neuroinflammation, cytokines are released from the brain, disrupting mitochondrial energy production in muscles and contributing to fatigue. While this research highlights the brain-muscle communication pathway, it does not yet clarify the specific mechanisms involved or the role of other cytokines in this axis. The research team is exploring potential treatments targeting the brain-muscle axis, specifically using neutralizing antibodies to inhibit cytokine signaling that contributes to muscle fatigue. This has been your Daily Brief in Science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.